up, everyone, and
what's up,
welcome
my man?
back. Oh
Hey,
my
bro,
gosh, who let Bob in
Hey,
here?
I got a question for you.
Who let Bob
No.
in here? Why? Why is he here?
Answer this question.
Do we need him? No, we don't need him. Why is he here? What do you want? No, I'm trying to work, man. I'm trying to do a video. What do you want, Bob?
Hey, answer this question for me.
got
What
a
free
question?
agent
Okay,
would
let's
you
hear it.
sign?
What free agent would I sign? Hey, I'm about to do a video on that, Bob, so that's
Oh, okay.
perfect. Hey, you go somewhere
All right.
else, and then, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about a free agent that I would be open to signing, so let's get it started. Welcome in, everybody, to another video. Glad you guys are here. And this question has come up a lot, not just from Bob, but from many other people. And they've asked me, hey, what free agent do you want the Detroit Lions to sign? And I've answered this question a lot. You know, I've been high on Everson Griffin, man. I think it'd be great to have EG as a Detroit line. I think it would really be good for the defensive line. Obviously, Clowney, I like Clowney. I think he's a good player. I think he's going to get way too much money, so I don't see it as super realistic. You know, there's definitely a lot of guys that I like, but which free agent would I like to bring in that I also think is realistic to fit the team and the contract will work out? Well, that guy is Mike Daniels. Yes, Mike Daniels. Now, I know the comment section is probably exploding right now. They probably were exploding before I even said that because they saw the title and they were probably like, oh my gosh, you want Mike Daniels back? This guy robbed us. He took our $9 million and didn't even play, man. It was the easiest money ever made. I get it. Okay? But if there's one player that I think I would love to bring in that I also think is a realistic signing, that is Mike Daniels, the 31-year-old defensive lineman. This 6 foot, 310-pound defensive lineman is someone that I would absolutely love to bring back. Now, I guess his nickname is Diesel. Did we ever call him that when he was with the Lions? I don't think so. Why? Well, because he was never on the field. Yes, unfortunately for Mike Daniels, who we signed last year to a $9.1 million deal for 1 year. Yes, that's a pretty big deal. Okay, that's a pretty big deal. We really thought that defensive line was looking good, but unfortunately, not only Mike Daniels, but every single defensive lineman got hurt. But Mike Daniels was one of those guys that were very inconsistent last year because he could not find his way onto the field. He didn't have tons of playing time. He was in a very small rotation because of that, and we really didn't get to see it. He really never lived up to the $9 million deal that we gave him for 1 year. That is until week 14. And in week 14, I go back and watch it. You guys should go watch it as well. This guy was great. And he graded out as the Detroit Lions' highest player for week 14 defensively. He was given an 86.2 overall grade by Pro Football Focus. And if you watch him, yes, he earned that grade. He balled out in week 14. It was like, that's why we signed you. That's why we gave you money. Where was that? Well, couldn't really see it because this dude was always injured. So that's definitely a very big highlight of his season last season. But unfortunately, because of all the injuries, you know, and the small rotation, he struggled to get playing time on the field. And he never was able to really live up to that contract. However, he has talked about potentially going back to the Detroit Lions recently. Well, not super recently, but somewhat recently. And he says that he'd be in for it. He would be down to go back to Detroit. He liked Detroit. He loved the culture there, how the players were. He thought this was the hardest working place I've ever been. Even harder than Green Bay. Yes, take that, Packers. You can hold that out. Patricia. The one thing that he didn't like is that he didn't think he got enough playing time. Okay, hey, if that's your concern, I'm good with that. Bring this dude back because he's definitely going to prove it. If you guys follow this guy on Instagram, you definitely should. If you don't, this guy posts tons of workout videos, man. This guy's putting in work, man. He's putting in work. I know their players are as well. Okay, so let's not get that started. But we know this guy's working out, man. He's doing some beastly things. Even if you go to his Twitter page, his like channel art or his Twitter art, I guess, is like lions attacking a bull or something. I don't know. Hey, is that a little sign that he wants to be a Detroit Lion once again? As I mentioned, he is still available as a free agent. He's 31 years old, so his price probably isn't that high. I'm assuming it's not that high. Back-to-back years with injuries. It's probably not going to be $9 million again. I'm thinking somewhere around like $3.5 million, something like that. And I would be absolutely open to signing him to that contract. His stats last year were nothing crazy. He did play 9 games, 2 starts, but really he only had stats for like 5 games. His role was pretty small. He played just over 200 defensive snaps, and his PFF grades were pretty good, 70.1 overall. His PFF grades graded out pretty well for the season. He just didn't get a lot of playing time, and I don't know if that was necessarily the right decision. He just didn't, but unfortunately, the injuries made it hard to give him more playing time. But as I watch him, man, and I went back to watch him a little bit, especially in that Vikings game, this dude looks good. I mean, he looks really good, and I feel like he could be a big benefit for us. He doesn't need to start. He can still be a rotational piece, but maybe more of a rotation. He knows he's over the age of 30, right? He's probably not going to get that crazy starting job that he wants, especially in Detroit when we only run a few defensive linemen. But he's strong, he's powerful, he's great against the run, all right? This is a really good player against the run. Definitely helped us slow down Delvin Cook that second time that we played the Minnesota Vikings. I really like him. He's got strong arms, strong upper body, just pushes offensive linemen, man. He can go through any offensive lineman, interior, out, exterior, offensive tackles, whatever whatever it may be, this dude's really good. Dude is really good. Not super athletic. He also weighs 310 pounds though, so what were you expecting? Okay, if the quarterback rolls out, probably not going to catch him unless the quarterback forgets how to throw the football, then hey, then he might get him. So that's one of his weaknesses for sure. If you're trying to have him outside contain a run, probably won't work too well either, but I mean, zone runs, zone reads, whatever it may be, this dude's good against the run, and he does get a little bit of pressure. He doesn't get it in, a spin move or anything like that, like Everson Griffin, because usually he's on the inside. He's a big guy, right? So a lot of times it's just from simply bull rushing offensive linemen. Sometimes I see a nice little swim line. Okay, Mike, I see you. This guy's a veteran, right? He knows what he's doing. He's got a technique. He's pretty skilled. I like him. And the fact that he wants to be in Detroit, that's the kind of guy that I want. I love his work ethic, man. This guy wants to make a team. This guy's trying to, he's a beast. He's a beast. And I'd be down for bringing him back for sure because I think it's a pretty cheap deal. Gives us some defense line depth. You can never have too much, right? He doesn't have to be a starter, but he could be depth for a guy like Danny Shelton, a guy that backs up him. John Penisini's great, but he's still improving. Jay Sean Cornell's great, still improving. Deshaun Hands had to deal with injuries. So bring another guy to the mix. I know he has some injury concerns. That's why I would not give him $9 million. If he wants 9, I'm sorry, Mike. It ain't happening, all right? I'll go give that 9 to Everson Griffin. But again, I love bringing the thought of Everson Griffin and all these guys, but for me, it's more realistic that the Lions would sign a guy like this. So because of that, I could see like 3.5 million 1 year. Let's make it happen. And yeah, I mean, he wasn't that bad. He showed us some good things. So for me personally, I would be good for bringing in Everson Griffin. That would be the guy that I could see the Lions actually bringing in. So there you go. Hopefully that answers a lot of your guys' questions. Let me know your thoughts, comments below. If you guys want to know about any other free agents, I will tell you. Thank you for watching, and I'm out.